Good afternoon. I'm at Tom and Tom's, guys, down in Bahada. So today I'm just doing a, oh look at this, this is a buzzer that goes with my food. So I've got a coffee latte and I have a large BLT coming. Just to give you an insight, it's 525 pesos. So a coffee and a BLT sandwich, 10 quid. Yeah, $15. Just to give you a heads up how things have changed. The Philippines, in some places, ain't cheap to eat. Yeah. Chilling guys. Okay, so I have unsweetened iced tea, coffee latte hot, so I always have my latte a day, and a club sandwich. What do you think? There we go. 525 pesos. This is included in the sandwich. So this and this, 525 pesos. Yeah, that's my lunch today. A club sandwich. So if Annie was there, it would be nearly 1,000 pesos, or maybe more than 1,000 pesos. But Annie's at home, she's chilling out. Here. So there's two things. I've done a road trip. Security guard looking at me. Make sure you got your face mask. Make sure you got a QR code. So this is Tom and Tom. And the reason I'm doing it here today is because you guys that will turn around and arrive after the 10th of February because the Philippines opens, you know where this is with Victoria Plaza and Makidu over there and Chowking behind me and Tom and Tom. Yeah, so you'll know where that is. You need to turn around and be careful of. And I'm just giving you a heads up. It's changed in the 2 years, okay? For example, this is not doom and gloom, this is just about giving you a heads up. There's a place called Caraga, which is up in Davao, Oriental, okay, which is up near Mati, which goes out towards Caraga and up towards Bisli. And there's a barangay up there, which is Barangay Santiago. And the barangay has 461 cases in that barangay of diarrhea, which they think is linked to cholera. Yeah, cholera. So cholera is a bacterial virus that's found in water and food, and it's passed on by feces going back into the water or the food chain. Yeah. So out of Santiago, this barangay, 461 people are confirmed, and they're on intravenous drips because cholera just makes you poo and wee and it turns around and causes you a problem. So hygiene in some areas, and this is why I'm being specific, you can check it all up on GMA. There's been 3 fatalities. There's been a 59-year-old man, a 30-year-old person and a young child. However, a year ago, it was raised by the health department in the Philippines that there was high levels of contaminant in the water supply, and they were allocated 20 million peso to turn around and deal with the sanitisation at Santiago. That hasn't happened. The reason being is they're concentrating on the COVID-19. Well, now the cholera has picked up and the diarrhea has picked up and the infection's picked up, and it's caused all sorts of problems up near Caraga. Okay, there are 7 barangays up there. One of them is totally contaminated, and they're advising not to drink the water, to have bottled water, or potable water. The problem is, just the people live in the country, in the rural provinces, they can't afford to pay for the water supply, so they still drink out of the water. That means if anybody's travelling, they'll drink the water, and then off they go, and they do a wee and a poo, and they do whatever they want into the system, and it just starts that whole cycle. So when you come here, make sure you look at your hygiene. Look after yourselves, guys. Yeah. Boil utensils. If you're going up towards Caraga and Mintal, they're advising you boil your plates and your utensils for 20 minutes in boiling water. Does that happen here? I don't think it does. But for you guys that are coming into the Philippines, you don't want to be ill, do you, before you go home? No, you don't. So that's point one, is about hygiene. Okay, you've been in your little cocooned world back in the country you're coming from. When you come here, you could end up with Delhi belly, you could end up with bricks and bum, you could end up with Boston belugi, you could end up with something that is a stomach infection. So be careful, guys. So, flights. I've just done a bit about hygiene and cholera in Caraga. You need to be careful, guys. If you're travelling up that way, be careful. The other one is flights. So, how Philippine Airlines, okay, has just come out of bankruptcy. It filed Chapter 11 about a year ago, or 2 years ago, and it turned around and appointed a guy called Gilbert Santa Marga. He's got them out of Chapter 11, he's got them out of bankruptcy. However, he's just resigned now from Philippine Airways, and they've just promoted a captain, a pilot, to the board as CEO. And now the company is owned by a Philippine Chinese guy, and this pilot is the son-in-law of the previous CEO of the airline. But Philippine Airways, not a clever airline to fly with at the moment. Very, very expensive, very limited options. So for me, I would look elsewhere. Look at Etihad or Qatar, or Singapore Airlines. The prices are high at the moment, guys. Yeah, they are high. No getting away from it. There are a lot of comments in the bits below on my review that turns around and says 1,200, whatever. There are people that are finding flights for £650 return back to the UK. I'm talking UK here, I'm not talking about America, because America has turned around and they're not advising people to travel to the Philippines. So airlines aren't travelling to the Philippines. Yeah, so you have to fly into somewhere like Korea, you have to fly into somewhere like Malaysia or Singapore or Hong Kong. Not a clever choice going into Hong Kong at the moment, because they're still on a further lockdown. Be careful of where you're flying. Make sure it's a flight that gets you into Philippines, and you've got a return flight to get you out of the Philippines. So there are a couple of people. There's Peter G, he's coming over here. I've got Carl, he's flying in March, and Davao Dave, his wife, she's flying into Manila, and then she's going to come here to Davao. So there's 3 or 4 people I know that are flying in from Europe. I don't know anybody flying in from America at the moment, but flights are expensive. This is harder. Yeah, you've got your jeepneys. Be careful of your jeepneys. Yeah. But as I said the other day, make sure if you're coming here, you get a QR code, because there are a lot of places that have security guards like this guy and temperature checks here, and they want you to have a QR code. You got to have it. If you're in the mall and you're walking around without your QR code, you don't get in, or you don't get out. Yeah. So you need that. Okay. So Yeah, I did a bike trip this morning. Best country in the world to chill out in and watch life go by. Yeah, music playing, people chilling. There we go. The pedicab guy is having a break. So here in a barangay in downtown Davao. My God, that pedicab was overloaded, wasn't it? Sorry, stores, vulcanizer, tyre repair. You need it with roads like this. Oh. Okay, well I'm going to go down here and I'm going to go right. I want to go over to the river, but I'm a bit unsure today which way to go, so I'm just taking potluck. It's trying to rain, getting those little spotties, but nothing else. Very dry, and it's very humid today, very humid. So yeah. So where those bikes are coming out on the right, I'm going right. The guy down there comes from Canada. I think he's called Santa Claus. Yeah? I think so. But it's somewhere down here. Something to eat. Victoria Plaza. Yeah, just around the corner here. Banana. Oh, this man's getting a banana. 5-second rule. See? There we go. Dua
kasaging. Okay. Kita kasi nawe 15. 15 ka mo, 20.
Go.
20 kay.
Oo.
Papa doing the banana?
Banana is masarap.
Not ready? Not sarap? Okay. How much ma?
24.
So, very, very popular here. Yeah. Salamat, ma'am.
Okay, salamat.
So, because they're really, really popular. So he'll turn around and he'll toss them over in some starch and some sugar, and he'll fry them. And they're really, really nice. Husband and wife. He's older than me. Yeah. He's just short of 70 years old. And he's still working. Here in this car park next to Tom and Tom's. It used to be around about 8 peso, now it's 12 peso for a stick of chicken. Rice used to be around about 20 pesos, it's around 30-35 peso now. Some current areas on the street are charging 50 peso for the rice. So it has gone up. It's a nice bike, isn't it? See? Right, so for me, outside Victoria Plaza in Bahada, 2 days before the Philippines opens to tourists. Yeah, take care.